So in 2021, Jay and I decided to attempt our first 100 mile together, the Knock on Wood 100. We trained for it, got super excited for it, and once we got there, it was one of the longest, more miserable experiences of my life.
It was just one of those events where it rained the entire time, basically, that we were in the woods, tons of mud.
Snot, essentially, and it was slick. It slowed our pace just to an absolute crawl.
But this was just pretty much 30 hours of suck. It hurt the whole time. It was bad the whole time.
I have vivid memories of watching Morgan and Jay and myself slide down. I mean, super hilly, super muddy. It was brutal, you know.
But anyway, it was something that we still ended up finishing 80-something miles out of. Learned a whole bunch, super proud of myself. But after that event, definitely felt very incomplete with, that's the first race I'd ever DNF'd. I'd never felt that, and I just felt like I need to try this again.
So as we began 2022, Jay had the idea and the thought that he had some unfinished business with the 100 mile and wanted to attempt another one. And so I said, naturally, hey, I'm in, we'll do it together again, and we began training for that.
I got an email, I don't remember exactly when it was, that I had signed up for a 100 mile Swamp Fox Ultra. And I kind of, I was like, what the heck? So lo and behold, we signed up for the Swamp Fox Ultra, which is a 100 miler that takes place in the Francis Marion National Forest.
So we got the whole crew together. We ended up meeting at the house, going over the strategy, the plans.
Well, how many people do we have?
I was about to say, you're not going.
You're not going to be able to go.
Stormy's not going, so.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Brad's 9. 10. 10 one night, or 2 nights really, Thursday and Friday. I won't need one Saturday.
The issue is you're not really going to know where these aid stations are because he doesn't, in the 100K that I ran with him, he doesn't put like tables up and like, this is an aid station.
Yep.
You stumble up on some bottles of water and a clipboard in the woods.
Yep.
And that's your aid station. He made me and he may make you do it. I don't know. I didn't see it in the participant guide, but you just have to sign your name on a clipboard that you passed it.
They look like they cut through. It's like
You
a
have the whole,
shortcut.
oh, you pulling
But
it
I'd be
up.
worried you get down in there and get to like a swampy area and wouldn't be able to get all the way through. You know?
What I think is going to help me get through it and with everybody together really on the back half to actually finish the race. I'm kind of nervous about the whole, you don't really know the distance of the race, just because that massively changes your pace schedule. Looking at this now, you see the aid station numbers inside, and then kind of the rough distances. These distances are based off me and Dylan looking at maps and just trying to calculate. Everything's based off of ish. So his participant guide is like mile 7-ish. We don't really know what it is.
Yeah.
But we got on like maps and put dots in all the intersections and tried to get rough mileage on these things.
Once your feet get wet, we've got to get them back dry as quick as we can, especially if it's early.
Yeah. Any other stuff about food? Obviously stuff for the race. I'll have all that packed and try to get drop bags together. And I got like a little $50 toolbox thing off Amazon that I can keep with a cooler that will have all my nutrition stuff, medical stuff, medicine, all that, so that if y'all pop into aid stations, I can refill my pack from what's in that box and then get something out of the cooler.
If you can imagine an operation that involves 2 campers, I mean, an F-250 that is full of anything you can imagine they could need on a race course.
We were excited about it. We had a fantastic plan, had a ton of details laid out, had a great crew going with us, and really felt like this was going to be our race to complete, and we're excited about it.
I get a text one morning that Morgan has stepped off the driveway at Rockies.
On a normal morning at the barn, we were going to do CrossFit that day, and it had 400-meter runs in it.
Maybe 200 to 300 feet into the run, as soon as we started, Morgan falls off the side of the driveway, immediately starts grabbing his ankle, and his ankle swole up like this. Mug had like a softball hanging off of his foot. Nope, that's his ankle.
And my first thought was, hey, I've still got 3 weeks. Hopefully the swelling will go down and we'll be fine.
6 hours later, we get an email that this 100 miles has been pushed back a week. And at this point, I don't have any confirmation. Has Morgan broken his ankle? Is it sprained? But literally within 6 hours, it's, hey, Morgan's hurt, but hey, we got an extra week to do this.
God gave Morgan 2 to 3 extra weeks to heal for this thing.
But as the morning went on, the pain from it got worse, and the swelling didn't remotely try to start going down, and went to the doctor.
Morgan gets an x-ray, and it's broke.
Tore me up, to be honest with you. It was really rough on my spirit to have something that you had trained so long for and prepared for just get flipped upside down on you in an instant, on a complete accident, nothing that you can control.
I went and saw him that morning, and he had this demeanor about him like, well, this is cool, this is a new challenge because I'm still doing this race. And everybody was like, bro, you're not doing this race.
I went to a specialist that afternoon. I said, hey, I've got a race in 3 weeks. Is there any chance that I can do this? And if I would have asked many other people, they would have laughed in my face. And he said, the only way that you can potentially even do this, as well as heal properly and from an athletic standpoint, is we're going to need to put a screw in it.
So Morgan gets a drywall screw through his ankle up into his shin bone to connect everything.
No lie, on the x-ray, looked as long as my crooked pinky finger. I mean, that thing is huge.
I'll be honest with you, throughout the process, this may seem odd to a lot of people, but to me, you get to the mindset of you ask God why sometimes. Something that you invest in and that you put yourself through for a goal of whatever that goal is. And God showed me some things about myself and about what I had put as priorities in my life through that, and it was a learning experience for me. But as I got closer, the ankle loosened up a little bit, and it got a little bit stronger. It was not 100% by any means, and I had kind of resigned myself initially after surgery that I was not going to be able to do it. And it hurt me a lot that Jay was going to have to go do it by himself. But I was going to be his biggest supporter. I was going to be, aside from Nathan, one of his biggest crew guys out there cheering him on and supporting him to try to get him through that. But a few days before the race, I said, I want to at least give it a few attempts.
And in the back of my mind, knowing Morgan most of my life, I know he's not out.
I don't know, probably 2 to 3 days before the race, I was sitting at work and got a text from Morgan. And it's rare that I get a text just from Morgan. So I got a text from him, and it basically said, hey man, I think I'm going to attempt to do this race. And so it was like, heck yes.
You won't find a bigger supporter and somebody that can get excited for you than Jay. And so when I sent him that, he was like, oh yes, heck yes, we're in, we're going to do this together. I'm pumped, let's go do it.
At no point during this did I ever think Morgan's not attempting this 100-miler.
And I had been thinking that now I'm going to potentially do this by myself, so my strategy was to get a crew around me and figure out pacing and make sure people were at certain areas at certain times to have everything that I needed. And now it became kind of the original plan is the two of us are going down and we're going to freaking get in the woods together.
Holy mother. Something real quick.
What are we getting?
Very healthy food that's going to help fuel our race.
At Hardee's?
All the carbs.
Yeah.
Carbs, fats, sugars, everything. It's all required.
Lunch and got your kids' meal?
Got my kids' meal.
Those are our porta potties for the race. Where do you think it starts and stops?
I think it starts and stops down there.
So do we want to be closer to all that?
I would tell them I would probably be like halfway, just so like there's probably going to be a crowd of people around his camper, and he'll probably be down there. I would maybe
You just want to go here?
somewhere right in here or over towards those trees, whatever you think.
It's chilly.
Over there.
We just need to circle through the campground.
I mean, there ain't no other way we're going to get water unless we do.
Let's go do it.
This is why you brought me.
Miranda needs water.
The only reason you brought me.
That couple over there is about to be real confused.
The other side.
It's not over here. Yeah, go ahead and cut it on. Let me make sure it's working properly.
All right, it's on.
Brad, you may want to let that one run once you turn it on and let it flush out. The water was like dirty around it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad y'all saw it before you started.
That was nasty. Are you okay? You got it.
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going in there?
Just waiting to have some water so we can pee in our toilets.
Yeah.
By 6, it'll be dark. You won't see anything. I mean, that's a good 2 hours different than what I originally.
Tonight we're having taco soup. Tomorrow, pancakes, bacon, sausage, farm fresh eggs.
Nice.
Tomorrow for lunch, we're going to go out gallivanting and looking at the course, so we'll have to find lunch. And then dinner tomorrow night is Carb City spaghetti by the famous Granny J. And Texas toast bread, I think. And no greens, just all carbs. Chick-fil-A's 20 minutes away. Pizza's 20 minutes away.
Also the hospital.
Also the hospital.
We figured it out.
Dear Lord, please don't let us need that.
Nah.
Hey, can one of y'all get me over there?
Can you imagine being
Man.
in the woods at night by yourself, looking at that?
Imagine this pitch black. I mean, the ground's very soggy and wet. But yeah, just.
Oh God! Oh God!
Another ankle break.
Man,
Heck yeah. The screw's coming out the side.
I got so excited.
Don't tell me that.
Hey, there's a hole right here. Don't break your ankle.
Hey, easy. Easy. Feel good about it.
Perfect.
Feel good about it.
Look, that whole wheel is
See,
because of you,
it's
Morgan.
not floating now.
Oh, well, ain't floating. She's good. Amp 125 right there. How you know?
Man, I don't think we've done a race this cold. We did one
Well-
real hot. Maryland was pretty hot.
Maryland was warm.
Yeah.
Maryland was warm.
We thought it was gonna be cold.
The 100-mile last spring
Oh, that one was pretty terrible.
was pretty terrible all the way around.
And it was raining.
It was raining.
Yeah.
It was cold.
Yeah.
And we didn't sleep.
Oh, that was an easy start. I feel like I could have done that. Oh, there it is.
Dinner? No chance.
I guess we're going to do that, right?
Yep.
For now, we camping.
We're doing camping right.
He put that Smith Farm jacket on and I immediately regretted not bringing your blue one.
She said, "You'll take your Smith Farm."
Oh, man.
wood.
Man,
If we'd have tried to light this with paper towels, Brad would have laughed.
he would have. He's so prepared. He brought
would've been
fire
like,
starter.
I got some fire starters.
Bunch of rookies.
He'll be like, he'll come up and say, answer the problem with the question. He'll go, y'all want to do this the hard way or the easy way? You guys got it? You guys need me to help you? I think y'all got this figured out.
Now you're going to have to pick it up, put it on top of the ring. It's tough. You can touch it, yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
There you go. So we ain't gonna light the grass on fire anymore.
And
Daddy Braddy to the rescue.
what a guy. What a guy. Well, I mean, you're just an expert, Brad.
It's just the way that it goes.
We all suck at camping.
If you want to do that,
If you want to do that.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
That was it. That was the question. You guys okay?
He said he's going to come out here and ask a question about it. I mean, is this how you really want to do this?
You guys got this? Okay.
So this morning we are cooking breakfast and then we are going out on the course. We're gonna try to see where we're running and get a good bearing of all the aid stations. And then we're gonna shoot some B-roll footage, get the drone out. It's gonna be amazing. We're gonna fly the drone around the swamp. And then we're gonna get Morgan to fly the drone around the swamp because Morgan is a certified drone pilot.
I hope that you have purchased insurance on this drone.
Morgan's the best person I know about technology.
see if Elvis is in there.
I'm gonna have to visit it.
Nope, not in there. Elvis is not in the building.
Elvis is not in the building.
Negative.
And when it got caught on fire with a big old chunk of coal fell out in your lap.
That's true. You brought atomic cedar wood. There's burn holes in my shoe. There's burn holes in my sock.
Atomic cedar wood.
I'm excited about this. It's my first time just going spaghetti.
You digging for Christmas tree brownies?
I know, but when you take off a beanie, you want a hat, it's in there. If you want your other pair of shoes, it's in there.
With stuff that's going in the truck, just to have
Towel
out there in case.
Truck.
Good old orange tape.
She was with
Cushioned. That extra cushion.
Very important, all drop bags be labeled with your name and the number of aid station that you want it dropped off at.
Like that right there.
Went to sleep about.
Dylan and Brooke make it?
Yep, they are alive.
How are you, brother?
I'm okay.
Who's that?
Good morning!
Hello, Jiggins.
What's up, dog?
Oh my God, Brooke. Brooke, she's
Baby! Well, she got 3 hoodies on.
He passed out last night on me.
In the car?
We went even through Clinton.
You drove?
Drove?
Yes.
You're so sweet.
Man.
He was sitting over there.
Ka-chow.
What's that?
It's gonna make you go faster.
Dang right.
You're excited to that first bridge cross.
Got a little burn spot.
Okay.
I need to get my wallet, you said?
Your dad brought atomic cedar wood.
That's
from your house.
Police.
You the popo?
Are you the police? Nathan brought 732.
Yeah.
731.
I'm up.
Somebody needs to get Brad's.
That's what time I like to wake up. Somebody
Dirt.
check. Oh yeah. Got some brown sludge down the drain.
Oh yeah?
The correct way to put band-aids on nipples. There's you just put them on there, right?
Yep, just
I
tape
would
them up.
go horizontal.
Just this way or this way?
I'd go horizontal.
Yeah, because you're running.
This way?
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Splash.
Dylan, you totally missed it. Oh, that's a mole. That's your third nipple underneath it.
Definitely missed it. I got an Under Armour shirt, I got a t-shirt, I got a long sleeve shirt, and a jacket. Don't plan on staying in this jacket very long. Freezing my butt off right now.
I'm just put your tape down in here now. What did we forget?
Fill this bottle up real
I
quick.
need an extra pair of socks.
Thanks.
So you don't want this.
Whoa.
Look good.
Thanks.
Look like $1,000,000.
Thanks.
Any last thoughts?
Let's get her done. I'm tired of thinking about this thing.
Oh man. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for just another opportunity to glorify you. I pray for safety. I pray.
Yeah. Red button is record.
All right, there's our.
That is a good luck.
All right, we ready?
We're going this way.
Y'all the best of luck.
Go. Time starts.
Yeah. Remember to go to the right.
100 miles.
Watch out for snakes.
I gotta start off walking.
See y'all in a little.
I bet Brad is asleep.
What?
Just checking on you. You alright?
Yes.
Okay. He's not a morning person.
We're not able to track this working.
It says we're right on him.
Literally like right on them.
Encouragement.
Anything else? Is there anything?
Hey, love y'all.
You about 50?
1 aid station down.
Woo!
Feeling good?
I mean, I feel okay. I won't say great, but I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm cruising.
Okay.
So we're using these amazing maps that Nathan Craig printed for us. What we have discovered is that with my right hand, the boys just entered this portion right here. So they're gonna do the red line loop-de-loop, and we are sitting on this forest road here with the drone, gonna catch some footage.
Halfway through the first lap, they got lost. Like literally GPS point goes into the swamp and stops moving for about 25 minutes. Miranda Phillips is losing her mind.
So we are currently super lost in the woods. We
Alright. We all got an aid station before you get to Irishtown.
You gotta tuck that on.
Yeah, so these next.
So we think they're about 23 miles in. Had a little bit of a mishap in the woods about mile 14 or 15. Got a little twisted in the near a creek. Jay kind of said his watch got off track and was trying to put him back on the trail. They couldn't find the trail. Long story short, we kind of panicked, went flying down a dirt road and found them. And then after we found them, we pointed them in the wrong direction. So real winning as a crew right now, but they're back on track, moving pretty good. And so about 23 miles in, about 3 miles from the turnaround. So we're getting ready to load up and head out and see them now.
My watch to 106 doesn't say I'm that far off, but we're gonna be at what, 112?
You want PB&J?
Yep. All right.
Dylan's
Keeping that hat on?
All right. Yep. See y'all later. See you, brother.
See ya.
You get my
I love you.
messages?
I want to change my shoes real quick. Is there a Red Bull in the cooler?
Yep.
Peanut butter ones? Because you don't have a chocolate chip one in there.
All right.
Some new legs. The marking, like some of them are like little flag like that right there with the stop sign on it. It was broken and leaned up against behind the tree where
Oh my
so you couldn't
word.
see it.
Yeah.
Where are we moving to, Hallie?
We're moving on down the field.
So at this point, the guys have split up, and we as a crew are trying to figure out how to tag team them throughout the night if they get back to the 50 and they both go back out for round 2.
All right, got a little update here at mile 32. Morgan was keeping right up with us, and I think maybe his foot got a little hurt a little bit. Started slowing down a little bit, so I had some distance between us, and he kind of motioned me on a few times, and I saw him at the turn and he told me to keep going, so that's what we're doing. But he's still going, which is wild. Man's had a screw in his foot 3 weeks ago and is out here probably somewhere around 26, 27, 28 miles. That's unbelievable. We're both alone at this point, so trying to keep our paces.
You want a chair?
Nope, I ain't sitting down till 50.
Yes, sir.
I took probably 6 Advil since the race started,
Okay.
and my knee is hurting real bad.
Okay.
So I think that'll be about where we can get you once Morgan gets here.
Okay. How far back is he?
Oh, he's not. I mean,
He's not far from
yeah,
us.
yeah.
Good.
I
need a sound.
Go ahead.
All right.
I'll see y'all in a little bit. What's going on? I am 36. Been on the course 10 hours and 11 minutes. Feet are hurting pretty bad. Ankle is okay, thank goodness. Just feet are hurting pretty bad. Probably walking a little different than I normally do. Jay is trucking along ahead of me. Just got through aid station number, I guess would be 6. So working my way back, and we'll see you next time I see you. It'll probably be dark, so we'll have some headlights in your face.
He hadn't got to Southampton yet. He's about to get on to across the little water up there.
You okay?
Oh God. My knee is not in a good spot.
All right, brother. All right. We'll see you at the first aid station. Where are y'all at? Are y'all headed to meet Jay?
Yeah. He's gonna be in these woods here in a second.
I'll meet you guys there and then see what we can do to get him home.
Okay, sounds good.
And somewhere about mile 48 to 50-ish, tripped on a root, hurt my knee pretty bad, and was just kind of limping, stumbling back in. And those last 5 to 7 miles took me 3 hours.
He stepped and it went in.
Like, I didn't feel anything pop, didn't feel none of that kind of stuff
No
happen.
heat rush.
No heat rush, no swelling, but it hurt like a mofo when my knee bent that way.
Yeah, truthfully, that takes pressure off of the IT
Yeah, but that
unless it twisted.
But
too.
it hurt over here.
Yeah, that's where you would injure if you go in, which is your MCL. That's like the main ligament over there. But
Mac and cheese. Okay.
You want anything else to drink, Jay?
Love you.
No, his water's full.
Nope. Like a Coke or something?
Jason, what are you doing here? Just came to check on you. Being kind of slow.
He said, I appreciate y'all checking on me, but I ain't getting in that car.
I said I didn't tell you had to get in that car. Let's go, Morgan!
Y'all sure that's him?
Music in it.
All right, guys. How's Jay? Hurting?
Yeah.
Me too.
Y'all saw Morgan?
Yep.
Yeah. He looked real bad.
Dying.
He was real sad.
And he won't quit.
And he won't quit.
What's up, homies?
Hello.
431 is done and going.
it's funny. Even Chad just said.
It is literally like that hurts to touch.
That's your patella tendon.
That hurts right there to put your finger on, and then it's shooting that way.
Once I made it back, it was a 2-loop course. Once I made it back for the first loop, I was at 58 miles, and I said, I'm going to be done. I'm going to call this one a win at 58 miles.
Morgan.
We got that good wood. Chad, I appreciate you. That was one of the most miserable things I've ever done in my life.
Well, glad you liked it.
No, I'm done. Pass the cut off. I thought I was off course when I got there, and I'm telling you, if you would have told me, I done made up my mind. If you told me that I was off course again, I knew that 17 was.
You just gonna walk out and walk around.
I was gonna walk to 17 and be like, "Come get me." I'm done with this. I'm tired of this.
This 100-mile Swamp Fox Ultra was in no way 100 miles. You know, we felt like it was going to be 112 or maybe 113 with limited cell service, very little direction.
Definitely not the race that I expected the outcome for it to be, but man, I'm telling you, I was just proud of the team. I was proud of Morgan because he went through I can't even imagine the amount of pain that he was in. I was in a significant amount of pain with a minor injury and just barely like walking from that. So to go 56, 58 miles with a screw up through your ankle, I can't even imagine what he was going through. So
58 miles on an ankle that wasn't 100% and a spirit that was uneasy about going through the process. Completing that 58 miles was one of the biggest things that I can chalk up and say that I was able to do. So super proud of that, super proud of what we were able to do.
While they didn't finish, I want it to be known that what they accomplished was unbelievable.
The reason that we do a lot of this is not necessarily for self-gratification, but it's to create awareness for what we do when it comes to the fundraising for Team Heart and Soul.
They laid it all out that day and did the best they could.
Don't know what we'll be doing in the future in terms of 100-mile races. As Jay has mentioned and we've talked about, I am glad to not be waking up at 3 o'clock on a Saturday morning and going for a long run or a long bike ride or whatever it is, and spending more time with our families and each other and outside of an athletic perspective has been a good reset for us. So we're excited about 2023 and what's coming up.
But we'll see what God has for us later.
And at this point, the guys have split up. They have, I don't know where I was going with that. Hold on.
That's fine.
Jay's almost at 40 miles, I believe. Am I supposed to say they split up?
Yeah, Miranda, you can in this. Yeah.
Jay's.
He was in good spirits. He was kind of like hesitant about it at first, though. He was like, I don't know how much I'm gonna do.
I think he's surprising himself.
Yeah.
Be gentle.
See, like I do my patients.
Please don't.
Take a deep breath.
Gee, please.
I'm not. It hurts worse if you just sit there.
That wasn't that bad.
MTV, welcome to our crib. This is camper number 1. I'll show you around. We've got bedroom number 1. This